Greetings, the Mage Viperion here again with an episode of Much Merriment. I have discovered something interesting in my quest book here. There is this hedge mage, which I have no idea what this is. Look into this, and we have here these quests. A strange message. As the elephant walks past my door. A strange message. Psst! You! Yes, you! The one with the book! I know you're reading this. I have a secret for you. You have to promise that you won't tell anyone about what I'm going to tell you. Especially not those mages and those schools of magic. But first you have to earn my trust. Go out into the world and kill a witch. Then I'll let you in on a little secret. As it turns out, I have killed a witch already, and I'm going to get a gold sword. Which, quite frankly, is somewhat underwhelming. But then, spilling the beans. It would take someone who's incredibly fearless to kill a witch. Or incredibly stupid. The wrath that the House of Alblaka could have brought down on you if you were caught. Well, never mind. They didn't. Where are we? They didn't, and I've established that we can trust you. Now, what I'm about to tell you can't be revealed to anyone. You understand? Good. Because if you do, a certain house might find out about your actions towards that witch. I'm what the Mage Guild Masters call a hedge wizard. They insist that their precious guild holds all the secrets of magic, but they lie. There are other paths to discover, and the guild has done their best to suppress and erase them. We have petitioned for a place in the guild, but we tend to be a fractious and individualistic lot. Without a unified curriculum, the major leaders of the houses refuses to hear us and continue on their single-minded quest towards dominion over their particular branch of magic. This is where you come in. As a new inductee into the Mage Guild, you are uniquely placed to damage the house system from the inside. Don't know about this. Stealing secrets, sabotaging their magics, and setting the houses against one another. Together we will force the guild to admit our power and give us a voice in the future of magic. The oldest paths of magic, the ones that have survived the guild's oppression, all have their roots in another world. Go there, gather resources, and return. Visit the nether while I have done that. Gather some glowstone while I have done that. Magic in the stone. This realm is so saturated with magic that it can congeal into a kind of ore. Find some, and you will learn to harness the power within the creatures of the two worlds. Mana crystal. Now that's interesting, because a mana crystal I have put in here. Mana crystals. I did in fact collect those from the nether, and apparently they go with the Archmage things I have here. Curious and curious, and my reward is a book. I continue to be underwhelmed by this. The Craft. Ex Libris. Excellent! You've survived your journey to the Netherrealm and brought back some of the glowing stones. Now I can begin to teach you to create artifacts which harness the natural energies of the world. This path can be dreadfully expensive, but offers some truly excellent benefits. Because this discipline accesses the energy of the world, much of it is done outside of a crafting bench. The crafting rune is the heart of it all. Place obsidian in the corners of the crafting bench, smooth stone at the sides, and the glowstone in the middle. Once the rune is made, place it in the world. You can perform basic transmutations by surrounding it with 8 blocks of the same type, such as smooth stone, then touching the rune. Experiment a bit until you feel comfortable. Interesting. Alright then, I have some obsidian, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have some smooth stone somewhere. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 piece of glowstone. So if I remember correctly, obsidian in the corners, stone on the sides, And a glowstone in the middle. Rune of crafting. Adventurer's amulets. Tabula rasa. Now for your first lesson in artificing. Surround the crafting rune with stone and obsidian in the same pattern you used to make the rune. Right-click the rune and the materials will coalesce on the north side of the room, forming a blank slate. Remember which side the rune is north. The world's magnetism plays a role in this magical tradition, and if you assemble an artifact incorrectly, it won't work. Interesting. So I need 4 more obsidian. I think I have 3. I do. I shall have to make some more obsidian. I have the stone. That one shall have to wait. What is this? Ex Libris. During the first age of magical unity, there existed forms of magic that we can only imagine of. All creatures existed in harmony, sharing this magical knowledge freely with all, both in this world and the nether. In order to utilize these magics, these creatures tapped into a mystical force within themselves known as mana. At one point, mana was present in all things, including humans. Unfortunately, this is no longer the case. All is not lost. In order to claim humanity's ability to use this mana, you can utilize the mana crystals you found within the nether. These are no ordinary crystals. They contain algal cells with an abundance of maxichlorians, which will combine with you in order to unlock your potential to use mana. Of course, you can't just go about eating solid crystals. That's just a little bit weird and I imagine slightly painful. Instead, you should probably combine it with something that's a good carrier object of magic, like an apple. Each magical apple should unlock about 2 mana within you. The more magical apples you eat, the more maxichlorians, and the greater the amount of mana you can use. Just remember, your mana level resets back to 0 upon death. Craft 1 crystalline apple. These can be consumed to allow you to use magical spells requiring mana. How do we make a crystalline apple? Yes, let's see. 8 crystals and an apple. Right then. Do I have apples? I may not. No, I do not. However, I'll get my 8 crystals, and I shall go, it is dark, let us rest, and then I shall go and find some apples. And I will get another obsidian while I am gone. I shall return. I have returned. So, let us make one of these apples. Excellent. And we get enough to make a second, so I will go ahead and do that right now. And I think I'm just going to eat these, although I may eat them one at a time, just to see what happens. Ah! Above my hunger, you can now see a star, which fills up. There must be my available mana. Interesting. What else does this book have to say? Ooh, I see. Well, let us get this out of the way. So I'm not going to do this in my house. We shall put this... that is my crafting house. That's my cauldron. Let's put it here for now. Interesting. Alright, so 4 obsidian and 4 stone. And we put the obsidian in the corners. And the stone every... Well, that's annoying. everywhere else. I do not yet have a silk touch enchantment on my pick. Let's get one more piece of stone. And then now north is that way, so let us face the right direction, and nothing. What does this say again? Surround the crafting rune with stone and obsidian in the same pattern you used to make the rune. Right-click the rune and the materials will coalesce on the north side of the rune, forming a blank slate. Remember which side of the rune is north. And if you assemble an artifact incorrectly, it won't work. Well, right-clicking does not appear to do anything. I shall leave that as it is for now. Interesting, though I believe I am missing something. I shall investigate further. In the meantime, I have some exciting news for my thaumaturgical supplies. I have created some wand foci. Fire, frost, shock, and equal trade, and I will show you how those work very shortly. In the meantime, it is time to sleep. Good night. It is important when following recipes to follow the recipe. This is coal, not obsidian. This is obsidian. Right, facing north. A blank slate, which we can pick up. Is the book, does the book recognize that we have done such things? No. Archmage. It does not. Very well, let us pick this up. And then, the precious rings are the least difficult artifact to create, which makes them a good choice for beginners. Place a blank slate on the north side of the crafting room, a light-weighted pressure plate, the gold ones, to the east and west, and a full block of gold to the south. I did warn you, this path is expensive. Touch the rune and the material will flow north, creating a block of grey waste material around the mundane ring. Break the slate to free the ring. Right, now the ring is inert. The next step is to infuse it with elemental power. Let's see. How much gold do I have? I do not think it's that much. Three. Well, there's not a block. That is for certain. I will need more gold. I will go and get such things later on. Right, so we have achieved some amount of progress. Excellent. I have returned. I have made these wand foci for my Thorncraft wand. Now the way these work, there's 4 of them. I have fire, frost, equal trade, and shock. The way these work is you push your focus key, which does not appear to be working. Excellent. Maybe you have to have the wand. You do. Push the focus key and then merely select the focus you want. We shall begin with fire. You can see in the top right there it has a V cost per tick. that is 0.1 Ignis per tick you use it. And you'll see I now have a red tip on my wand. So let us go and find something to fire at. I believe there is a cave under here somewhere. Which I did dive into recently. Ah, a sheep, that will do. By targeting a creature and right clicking, you will find that it does 2 hearts of damage, and it has a reasonable range. And of course, being a fire attack, it will cook the meat that it drops. So that is the fire focus. The frost focus does something similar, as does the shock focus. The shock focus works at quite a distance. There we go. So this sheep here, for example, it is quite loud. Now, I do not think that cooks. No, that one is raw, so the shock one does not cook any creatures that it kills. Yeah, there are creepers. I imagine they must be under here. The ice focus, the cold focus, frost. As you can see there, it's quite a bit more expensive. 0.05 aqua and 0.02 ignis and 0.02 perdicia per cast. However, this one does something quite incredible. Shoots an ice ball, which can bounce off and rebound onto things. Take that with me. So let us find, there is a chicken around here somewhere. There you are. How much damage did that do? Stop moving. 1.5. Very good. However, so those are all offensive focuses of one form or another. However, the one I am interested in is the focus of equal trade, which I am reasonably excited about. Now, I will just go back into the village to demonstrate this. I will grab some cobblestone for the purposes of demonstration. Oh. Laggy. So, I have here a stack of cobblestone. I shall put this in my bar so you can see what is happening. If I change to the focus of equal trade, you'll see there that it costs 0.05 Ordo, 0.05 Perdicio and 0.05 Terra. Now this is per block, and I will show you what this does. First I need to place one of the cobblestone. Let's put it, where's my axe? Let's put it here. And then by shift right clicking with my wand, it sets cobblestone as the material, and by right clicking on another material it will exchange items in my inventory for those. You'll see it is actually using up the cobblestone and it is replacing around here, so I can change all of the wood in this building to cobblestone, and it is collecting the wood as we do so, and you can see there it has used all of the cobblestone. And if we go into here, you'll see it has in fact replaced the floor as well. Is a very excellent tool. Now to replace this again, I simply shift right click very handy, and there must be one more piece outside the building perhaps. So this is a very handy building tool, and I shall be using this a lot. Right, well that will conclude this video. I shall see you in the next episode. Good evening.